Hi again, this is Allyse. We are on call number 21 with the Daily Mentor calls, and literally, this is the funnest part of the class. It's the most powerful part of the class. Let me give you just a little bit of background because this next part only works if the people that are at the class have been sampled properly before the class, you followed up with them, and you haven't invited them to the class until they've had a great experience. And it's so critical, like all those things from sampling and following up and all that compounds and they build on one another. And this is the moment right now that if you do this right, all of the people there, your guests will feel powerful testimonies from other people, not from you, but from other people that haven't purchased the oil yet, right? And it's way more powerful hearing other people's stories like, oh my goodness, I used this or I used that, or I no longer have to worry about this. And these are people that are not in doTERRA yet. They're not selling the oil. And so for them, it's powerful. And it works way, way better than if you stood in the front of the class and just said, hi, frankincense does da-da-da-da, and lavender does da-da-da-da, and melaleuca does da-da-da-da. Plus, you've had little teeny snippets of that, right? Every time you've given an oil out and you've said, oh, melaleuca is good for this, or lavender is good for this, or whatever. You've already done that just a little bit. And I promise you, if you trust me with this, this is the most powerful part of the class. In fact, after this testimonial part, everyone is basically ready to purchase the oils and use them in their homes. So not only have they come knowing they want to buy something, but now they're thinking to themselves, oh my goodness, this oil works for this. And she said this oil works for this. And melaleuca is great. And frankincense is great. And lemon's great. So as we get ready to do these testimonials, you have to remember that it's really important that you set the ground rules down. You lay down the ground rules, okay? And the ground rules are simply this. You can't let people get out of control because this can go bad really fast. If you let someone come and ramble on and on and on, and they take like 5 or 10 minutes, you've lost everybody. It's not good. So you simply set the ground rules up and you just basically tell them, okay, now there are 2 rules. There are 2 rules to come up and give a testimonial because guess what? I have another little sample oil for you. So if you come up here, the first rule is basically that you have to keep it under 60 seconds. It can't be longer than a minute because a lot of you are going to want to come up and get another sample vial. So we want to give the opportunity for everyone to share a great experience they've had. And it can't be the same health concern as someone else. Try to make it either a different oil or a different health concern. So we're hearing a lot of different experiences. Now, really quickly, if someone goes over a minute, because sometimes this will happen, you don't kind of look at them and say, no oil for you, right? You don't shame them like that. But you can teach a lesson so nobody else will do it. And you simply say, you went over a minute. But you know what? I liked your story so much that I'm going to give you this oil anyway. And it still teaches people literally that, okay, I better keep it short, but I want to get my oil. And usually most people in the class will share an experience. If you have 8 people that have showed up, usually 6, 7, or 8 people share an experience. And it's awesome. It's way better than you standing up there and giving your own experiences. Hearing from other people is powerful. So simply, I'm just going to say this. And we're going to act like we're in a class right now, okay? And then and I'm going to end this call, and you're going to practice after. So it goes like this. Okay, you guys, now's the funnest part of the class. So for anyone who would like to come up and share an awesome experience that you've had with doTERRA essential oils, I've got one of these little sample oils for you. And there are just 2 rules. The first rule is you have to keep it under 60 seconds. If you go over 60 seconds, you don't get the oil. And it can't be the same health concern as someone else's. So try and make it either a different health concern or a different, oil that you're talking about, something different than what they're saying. And that's it. So who would like to be the first person to share a great experience about doTERRA essential oils? And then you just move forward and you let each person do it. And it usually takes about 10 minutes. If 7 or 8 people are talking, it takes about 10 minutes. And this is the great part of the class. This is the beauty of the class. And you don't have to present and go on and on and on about every single oil in the kit, because we're going to have an opportunity one-on-one when we talk about their ailments to do that with them and say, oh, okay, well, you have this specific ailment, and we'll talk about that later. Please try this. This is one of the most important parts and the most powerful parts of the class. So what I want you to do is your assignment for today is to practice just this part. It's really short, and get brave and do it, because once you've done it once, you'll always do it. It's so great. You'll fall in love with it. And you are halfway through the Intro to Essential Oils class. Yay! You did it. Bye-bye, everyone.